never letting go. I'm like, hey, what's up, hello? See my track, playing right at the band. We be coming up, we just set it go, talking about the land.
Hello everybody, my name is Jared Side from Dope Gaming. This is Game Showcase episode number 2. And in this episode I'm showcasing Team Fortress 2, a team-based first-person shooter multiplayer video game developed and published by the Valve Corporation. Released on October 10, 2007 for PC, Xbox 360, and later for PlayStation 3, Team Fortress 2 is a promising game unlike your average first-person shooter. This game contains 9 classes, each with a different purpose. First, let's start with offense. The Scout, the fastest class, quickly guns down enemies with speed. Cons, not much health. The Soldier, armed with a rocket launcher, blows up enemies. Cons, it's really slow and takes more time to reload. The Pyro burns down enemies, and they continue to burn even after being sprayed with the flames from his flamethrower. Cons, ammunition burns away rather quickly. Next up is defense. The Demo Man blows up enemies with a grenade launcher. Cons, long reload and secondary weapons suck. The Heavy, a large opponent with greater health than any class, takes a lot of damage until death, and his machine gun reassures the death of his enemies with an extremely fast firing rate. Cons, very slow and takes time to charge his weapon. The Engineer is an intellectual individual gifted with the skill and knowledge which he can use to craft devices in-game, such as sentries, teleporters, and so on. Last but not least is support. The Medic is a doctor that can heal his team, or he can use his secondary syringe gun and shoot syringes like an a-hole. The Sniper is a skilled tactician who has the advantage of a long-range weapon with a scope. Varies on weapon. Now let's talk about the actual game. Team Fortress 2 is filled with customization, variety, and many game modes with many maps. For those of you returning from Call of Duty or Battlefield, this game is a breath of fresh air where time is required to unlock all items and have fun. If you find the amount of content that the game has to offer a little disappointing, then you'll also have the option to check out the content that the community has to offer, such as mods for weapons, HUDs, and so much more. Disclaimer, watch out for viruses, and I'm not responsible for your PC getting hacked by a person or a virus. Anyway, let's continue on to the game. Team Fortress 2 has beautiful graphics, not to be confused with the Frostbite engine, of course. So before a match starts, you have to wait at your team base until the match begins. You'll be handed with a pre-match timer, you'll see. Here you have access to health, ammunition, and you can change classes without having to wait to respawn. Each class has specific items in their inventory. As you can see in the gameplay, each class has its many advantages and disadvantages, such as the Spy, for example, who can be invisible, disguised, and has the advantage of infiltration, but the disadvantage of face-to-face combat. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the gameplay and the video. My name's Jared Side from Dope Gaming out.